protocol.
I don't need to hit spacebar or anything. Okay.
No.
Hello, my name is Victor Churikov. I, as many of you, am a student here, and I work with Dr. Shaya. And my goal is to graduate, but at the same time, not graduate just flip-flopping my way through the PhD life, but also make a relevant contribution with my dissertation. And also, when I leave, I want Dr. Shaya to think, when she hires the new research assistant, Victor would have done that differently, and I kind of regret that he's not here. And I'm open to any questions you might have.
You would be missed. Not to the tombstone, but before the tombstone.
First question,
Yes.
and I'm talking in a very general sense. What is your product or service that you're going to offer the world in order for the world to give you the financial money that you want? So how much do you want to make a year?
I want to make 100,000.
100,000?
Yes.
Okay. So what product or service are you going to offer the world in order for the world to give you $100,000?
I think that I'll be able to offer good research capacity to work on projects in the pharmaceutical industry, and I think that I will be well reimbursed for that because I think the quality of my work is pretty good.
Okay, excellent. And what would you rate yourself on your presentation and communication skills on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest?
I think my presentation skills are a 4, but so why they are 4? Even though I think I can communicate a message, at the same time, I lack the charisma of building up the details to make a story out of any presentation. There's usually an encasing. It has to be.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I just need that. No assessment?
Where does it go in?
It's just me. Thank you.
I think we are.
Okay.
So again, I think my presentation skills are a 4. What I need to work on to get to a 5 is to be a better storyteller and to use more words and provide more details to make that story believable and charismatic.
So, can I be honest with you? Can I be honest
Sure.
with you? Okay. In terms of the presentation and communication skills, number 1, you're not a 4. Yeah. Not a 4. That's first. After we talked about denial, after we talked about the role model of Obama, and are you still a 4 in your presentation and communicational skills?
Compared to Mr. Obama,
yes.
3.5.
Well, all right, since you're going to bump it up. Well, no, what I would give you, and I'm going to tell you why.
Please.
And please don't take this personally. The only reason I wouldn't hire you, even if your skill sets were good, were great. There's this concept of when you come across like a used car salesman. Then you're going to have to figure that out.
Let me go on this one. If you were running in a political race, what would be the reason that you would lose? Because if you're running against the politicians that you know, and assume that you lost the race, why would you lose?
I would say because I didn't convey my real personality to connect with people.
Exactly, because you don't connect with people. How are you going to learn to connect with people?
Be more culturally sensitive, and at the same time realize that I may have a strong personality that put out there, which is my personal problem.
I want you to look at me. How am I going to connect with people?
Eye contact.
Everything you do creates distance. How am I going to connect with people?
Yes.
How am I going to connect
Yes.
with people? How am I going to connect with people?
In my defense, I must say that I'm one of the social people in this department, and I've connected with every single one of them. I must say, I'm sure that everybody will back me up here.
Yeah.
So
I would also back you up,
yes.
only to say that there's something different that happens when you start
Let me just, no, I'm
Presenting.
sorry to interrupt you, I'm really sorry, but Mitt Romney thought the same thing. I'm sorry, I have to say it.
Let's continue.
Okay.
What is your biggest,
The ultimate connector, and that's in large part why it was written that he won over George Bush Sr.
Mhm.
Is how he connected with people, with the audience in speaking. I mean, he's obviously Bill Clinton. And he's the ultimate in connecting with people. And it's not about, I don't know what goes in his mind, but he has that magic of really connecting to the audience. So
Right.
obviously he's not social with them or anything. I mean, that's the large audience. Even on TV, you connect with Bill Clinton. And there's something
Right.
about him, and perhaps it's his humility. And because I've been observing him time and time and time again, even now when he's talking about Hillary, he was not a favorite subject of. I mean, I don't know. She may be the next. I mean, I admire her. I mean, even vote for her if she wants. But even when he's talking about very difficult topics, and obviously he's a giant in politics. I mean, but he has that humility that makes anybody connect to him, even Republicans. So just think through that.
And to Dr. Bond's point, so,
Yeah.
you know, the idea of being sociable, I agree you're very sociable, and I know you're very sociable. But think about who you're sociable with. It's a selected sample. That's his point.
and
You think Mitt Romney had friends,
Right.
but he had friends of a certain group.
Right.
But Bill Clinton looks like the everyman.
right.
In other words, somebody in a mine in West Virginia,
Right.
someone up in New England with a boat at the harbor, somebody, kind of roaming the beaches in South Carolina or in California. They all felt like they could see themselves in him.
Yeah.
And that's what Mitt Romney couldn't do. People couldn't see themselves in him. A large group of people, a diverse group of people.
And people, the last thing when we're in these kind of environments and talking about things like this, when Dr. Mullins or Dr. Shea, anybody asks you to say something to you, this is not just coming from no place. Okay? So when they tell you something like that, for you to go, oh no, oh they love me, oh no, you're wrong, they love me, that is just no. If you're going to have a problem with it, have it on the other side of the door. But to go through that little transition, and try to gather the truth, no. And the other thing I want to say, of course, anybody would like you because you're a controlling, manipulative person. Yes, you are. I think. So yes, you can get anybody to be your friend. I hope you get my concept, and that's when I talk about stop doing the dance, stop trying to do the dance with real power. Because real power would be friends with everybody. Next person. Thank you.
Oh, sure.